G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Just thought we would show you guys, a lot of you guys have seen the first setup here, but we thought we'd show you guys our second setup as well, and it's our 2021 setup, and we've had some other mowers and a few other different machines as well. Big thanks to all you guys out there who've been watching and checking it out, the channel. I've got my son Zeffy here behind the camera helping me out today. Might show him a little bit later in the footage, and he's helping us out with it. We're slowly learning how to do these YouTube things, having a bit of fun with it. My name's Ruben Buchanan, and I'm from Mackay in Australia, and it's in North Queensland, Australia. And this is probably a fairly sort of typical setup over here. We have a lot of big companies like Jim's Mowing and companies like that are huge over here, and they probably have a similar sort of setup to this, trailer setup like this. We don't have those big Yankee trucks. Well, they're coming into the country now, but you know, they're still quite a very expensive machine over here. Those big F trucks and the big Chevys and that sort of thing. And a lot of us use our smaller machines that we've got right here. So we might start off. We'll start off with the closest things here. We'll show you what we use for our paddock mows. So we do a lot of house mowing, house yard mowing, which we use our Walker mowers for, which have the collection mowers. They collect the grass, and then for our paddock mowing, we're sort of here in the estate where I live, and this sort of paddock mowing, we'd use a mower like what we have right here. So yeah, this is the latest one. We just bought this one recently. It's a 60-inch Super Z Hustler. It's the hyperdrive. It's got the 36 horsepower engine on it. Hyperdrive machine. So it's got that cooling and that for the hydros. Hydros being your steering if you're not into mowing and that, don't understand all this sort of stuff. But great machine. Just bought this one recently. 36 horsepower, I believe, and just unreal. Just knocks down anything long. You know, we were just mowing 2 days ago, or yesterday I was mowing grass sort of up about this high, and it just munches it over, no problem at all. Yeah, it's a great machine, great add-on. Now this one's the older girl. This is an older 60-inch Hustler Super Z, so this is the older version of this, when they didn't have the bigger Kawasaki engine. This has got the Kohler 28 horsepower Kohler engine. It's got the old style deck. This one's got the VX4, and this one's got the what is it, XR7 deck. Really solid, a little bit thicker deck. Really throws the grass well. Yeah, great machine. But yeah, if you want to come over here, I'll just show you some of the machines. We've really got into our Husqvarna stuff recently. I mean, I love the Stihl stuff as well. Our local shop here sells that I go to anyway. Sells Husqvarna. I've always loved Husqvarna. We've also got the Stihl as well. So we've got a couple chainsaws here. This one just sits at home really. It's a bigger one for bigger stuff, which I very rarely use. It's the Stihl MS 181. Then we've got this the MS 192T. These are what it's called. The T stands for top handle. Great machine. These ones, I love them, because you can just grab them, have your branch, and be snip, and just one-handed sort of saw. They don't recommend to use them one-handed, but and be careful. I've actually cut myself 3 times now, and I'm started to wear gloves. And once when I was a little kid though, and luckily been all right. I'll get you to just stand around this side, Zeffy. And so this is a Husqvarna T535 IXP battery powered one, as you can see. And you can have all different. We've got a whole bunch of different batteries that can go in it. Absolutely love this saw. You start the Stihl saw up in the middle of the city here, and the neighbours want to come out and see what you're cutting down. You know, they're all watching and seeing what you're doing right or seeing what you're doing wrong. Beauty of these things is you can cut the neighbour's tree down, he doesn't even know. Sorry Marty, if you're watching, we won't cut your tree down. But But then I've got my wife. I just come home one day, and this was sitting on the bench. My wife decided she often takes the second car out and does does all our paddock mows while I'm often off with our worker mowing and doing a lot of the house mows, that sort of thing. And my wife wanted this chainsaw for in there for cutting up palm fronds, that sort of thing, so they fit in the back. So we've got 2 of these now. Absolutely love them. We've also got 2 of these, the Husqvarna hedger, the commercial one with the longer bar. Unbelievable machine. Love the battery powered products. I've actually got a still hedger as well. Got 2 different still hedgers, a pole hedger and the petrol, the other petrol hedger, similar to this but petrol. And just love battery. I find the battery gets through the hedges a little bit quicker. Just yeah, a lot less swipes. I don't know if the blades are going quicker or what, but just brilliant machine. These things will cut through anything. You've got to be real careful next to fences, that sort of thing. If you have like mesh pool fence or something, you'll just go straight through it. You won't even know you've gone through it. And really great machine. I would recommend though, we've got 2 of these. I would recommend, just recently they've brought out the, what do they call it, the brushless version of this. Get the brushless version. The brushless stuff's always going to last longer, but this thing, the other one of these that I have, has made us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of money. So just a great machine. And hedging, if you've ever done hedging, it's tiring, hard work. You're up here holding something with blowing hot air onto you with a petrol engine. It gets pretty painful pretty quickly, and that's where I love these battery ones. Now the telescopic hedger, also another battery one. We love this one. You might have seen I've done a bit of a review when we first got it. I did the review, and it was actually the very first time I'd ever used it, so I was learning how to use it as I was doing the review. And I've got to say, this is one of my favourite purchases that I've made. It is just brilliant. Definitely goes nicely with this other hedger if you're doing a lot of hedges. I mean, we've got 5 hedges now. We pretty much only use the battery products when it comes to the hedging now. But it's just a brilliant machine. So a lot of your hedges, people get you out and they're like, oh, can you cut my hedge down? And you're looking up at the thing way up here, and it's a pain in the backside getting up onto the ladder. So if this one, telescopic, goes right out nice and long, you wouldn't want any longer than that. It's a pretty long way. Get any further than that and you're really struggling to hold it out there. But you know, you can cut hedges way up here in the power lines. Got to be careful for that. But just a brilliant machine. You pull this back here and you can adjust your head to wherever you want it. This thing has just been crazy good. You can spend an hour, you know, with a ladder trying to cut some hedge, and then you get something like this, and all of a sudden your job's down to 15 minutes. So these sorts of things, you know, it's a few dollars to buy these skins, but they pay themselves off and they make the jobs enjoyable to do, a lot more enjoyable. Also got the Husqvarna battery blower. To be honest, this thing, we've had this a couple of years. We very rarely use it. Stays at home pretty much. Only because I find the blowers, you know, the engine's really got to work hard to blow hard, and I find out of all the different machines, the battery wears out the quickest in this thing. So and I've got a lot of petrol blowers. And recently I've actually just started leaving all my little hand blowers behind and just using the big backpack blowers, because they just do such a good job. So great machine, a lot of grunt, a lot of power. You know, I started leaving this behind because I didn't have a solar power battery charging setup on my car. I do now have a battery charging setup on my car, but I just I'm happy using the backpack blowers, so that's what I've been using. And this is just one of the old girls. We've got a whole heap of whippersnippers. This is one of my old, the old Shindaiwa. Some of you guys who have been in the industry a while will love this old weapon, this old 260 Shindaiwa. I've actually updated now and got 3 different of the newer version of these, which is the 262 whippersnipper. But this old girl, it's a weapon. Some of the guys who have worked for me love this thing over the newer ones. So much grunt. We whack Kawasaki handles on them. I don't think you can buy Kawasaki whippersnippers here in Australia anymore. You can buy them with Kawasaki engines and that, but these handles, you know, what I find is a lot of these companies are really skimping on the handles compared to back in the day when they'd make these nice big rubber handles, and just takes a lot of the vibration out. But also you can get down low without having to bend over and wreck your back, hurt your back. So just a good big handle, love it. But yeah, we'll move along. I want to show you guys, so this is my, this is my Walker mower, one of my Walker mowers. This is the 26 horsepower petrol version. So this one has a collection deck. For some of you guys who don't know your mowers, I'll just show you. There's two levers here. Some of the cool things with Walker mowers is you pull these two pins, up comes your deck. You can get in here, and if you've got anything stuck in here, like a bit of string, which I didn't know was there, but you can pull that off. But the beauty of these is I just have a little what do you call it, drill, or I've forgotten what it's called. Just get on there, buzz, both of the blades are off. Takes a couple of minutes to sharpen them, whack them back on, off you go again. You'll see there's a bit of a chute here, and it goes into a plastic chute which goes up into a big blower fan. That blower fan sucks and blows the grass up, and that catcher is normally down here, sucks it up into the catcher. Now this Walker mower, the beauty of these Walker mowers is it has the high dump. These machines at the moment in Australia, I believe, are about $37,500 for the petrol version. I believe the diesel version is still $10,000 more. So, but this has the high dump one. That high dump's about $6,000 or something extra, something like that. But you know, it's hard work if you don't have a high dump. This thing's beautiful. You just mow along. I don't mind when it comes to someone's house and the grass is really thick, you know. I just mow it all up, lift it up, dump it into my trailer and go again, keep going. It's just cruisy. Takes, you know, 30 seconds for this to lift up and dump, and straight back into the trailer. So yeah, great machine. Once you've sharpened your blades, you just put those two pins back in and off you go. You let this thing up and down. Yeah. Over here we've got the big diesel girl. It's one of my favourites. We've had this one since I started the business. I bought the business with the trailer in the background over here, and this big diesel girl. This diesel one started its life off as didn't actually have a catcher on when it was first started its life here in Australia. And the previous owner, Mark, if you're home over there watching us in Thailand, mate, how you doing? But he did a great job of putting this catcher on, and putting the 42-inch deck onto it. So great machine, absolutely love it. This thing's, believe it or not, 20 years old, this old girl, and it doesn't skip a beat. It's got a Kubota 21 horsepower engine in it. It's a little diesel engine, and heaps of grunt. This one's 21 horsepower, that thing's 26. I reckon a lot of times the diesel machine in thicker grass, it just feels like it wants to plough through it. Even though it's 21 horsepower and that one's 5 more, it just ploughs through that grass. But I mean, both machines do everything you want anyway. But it's been a great machine. Also with the high dump, I hope to get many more years out of this old girl. But we might go over anyway, and we'll show you the Hilux over here. What I have and what we use over here. Yeah, as you can see, we're using the Hilux. It's a 3-litre D4D machine. It's only a 2-wheel drive machine. It's all I need for around here. It's actually got airbag suspension on it. Great little diesel engine. Yeah, as I said before, a lot smaller than what you guys use over in the States, but for what we use here, it's just brilliant. I fill the thing up with fuel once a week, drive around, you know, doing, you know, anyway, probably around 40 to 50 kilometres a day. Some days, yeah, it's probably, I think that's around normal, 40, 50 kilometres a day. And yeah, it just goes all week long. It's just a great machine towing this big heavy trailer, doesn't skip a beat. I've put the canopy on the back here. My setups, you know, if any of you guys are familiar with Jim's mowing setups, a lot of those guys will have all their tools on the back of the trailer. I love, you know, my first setup I bought, the guy had all of his tools in the back here, and I love that way because you've got that place for your high dump on the mower to lift the grass up and over into the back of the trailer. So yeah, so we've got all the tools in here that we need on a daily day out mowing. So yeah, I've got the Shindaiwa 262s here. I've got 2 of those. Once again with the Kawasaki handles. Absolutely love these things. They come a little bit restricted, but you can, I'm not saying you should do this, but if you find you get them and they're gutless there's a little thing in the exhaust there, and you can remove it and make sure you know what you're doing so you don't wreck the thing, and all of a sudden you've got the crazy power back like the older model 260, because I was quite disappointed when I first bought it. I thought, wow, this thing's more gutless than the old one that I've had. And then once we remove this little restrictor, it's like a lot of motorbikes, and a lot of motorbikes, you know, a lot of them come off a restrictor when they're first new. If you remove it, you just all of a sudden you're not restricting that gas flow and you get that power back. So it's always if you get one of these and you think, Ruben told me it was good and it's not, well, that's what you got to do to it. We also run the, so we'll whipper snip when we get to a place. We'll run along all the edges with the whip snipper. If it's bad, if a lot of the junk goes into the gutter, we'll get the blower and blow it up, just a real quick one. Then we'll suck it all up with the mower. A lot of times we're able to just whipper snip and flick it all up and then just mow. And then we'll get out there with the blower. Now, we started off with the handhelds. I go once again all Husqvarna. I've got a couple of these little hand blowers. Great little machine. It's quite not that expensive that one either. But lately we bought this the big 570 BTS Husqvarna. We've got 2 of these, and this thing just does not miss a beat. And you'll find once you get one of these, you know, if you want to do a quality job for your customers and you want to get in and out nice and quickly, these things are the go. One of the things I see on a few people's trailer setups is, and they don't use them a lot because it's awkward to get on and off. We've got this set up in such a way, when I come up to my blower, the switch is already turned on, it's ready to go. 2 pulls, it always starts on the second pull. When it's warm, you can, you know, if you give a real hard first one, you can get it to, but I find the first one just primes it, and then the second one, it always starts, never misses a beat, and it just blows like crazy. It's a ripper of a machine. Absolutely love it, highly recommend it. You'll find that a lot of these gutters that are just full of dirt, your little hand blower, you'll be there all day trying to clean the dirt out, so you don't do it. You just blow it off the grass and you go. But I find I'll do those little extra things for my clients because I've got all that power there. You can just blast it off, and it's also a great machine for cleaning your machine at the end of the day too. So I've also got here the Sylvan rechargeable backpack sprayer. It's been good. I've been running the other hand Bush Ranger hand backpack sprayers as well, which have been great. They've been great, but just recently I've gone to rechargeable. Bought 2 of these ones. Only thing I don't like, well, there's a couple of things I don't like about them, and I'm waiting. Husqvarna, I believe, is bringing out a battery powered one soon, so I'm really keen to see, you know, one, if my batteries, I've already got all these Husqvarna batteries, I just want to whack it in like the Milwaukee. If you've seen the Milwaukee ones, you just whack your battery in, when it goes flat, whack another one in. And whereas with this one, you don't know when it's going to go flat. There's no light indicators or anything like that. So if any of you guys out there work for Sylvan, tell them they need to sort that out. The other thing too is you can't adjust your pressure. You know, this is a lot cheaper machine than the Milwaukee. So, you know, you've got to take all that into account. But, you know, sometimes when you just want to do a little squirt on a leaf here or there, you get this big puff, and, you know, you've got to be careful you're not killing someone's plants when you're just trying to kill a little weed beside it. But it's been great for us. I just have it strapped in. Everything's about having it in, being able to get in, remove it nice and quickly. Also have this little Husqvarna handheld one. that's just for little spot spray things here, so that you don't have to pull it out, put it on your back. And yeah, it's a great little machine too. I've also got power all set up into here, so I can charge all my different things that I need to charge. Have my fuels in here too. Also got the, you probably can't see it there, but it's the steel hedger here. And I've actually made a little sheath in the timber here. I've just put timber here, but I've actually made a sheath out of timber, and that just slides in and locks into place in the sheath. So it's nice and quick and simple. I think I've showed that on some of my other videos before, but if you want to come over to my trailer, throw the skateboard out the way that my boy was riding. On the trailer here, as you can see, we've got two different ramps, so you don't have to lift one whole big one down just to get your mower off. It goes up like this and clips in, just so that it clips. It's nice and easy. So this spot's for my little Honda. So I've got four of these Honda 21-inch self-propelled mowers. There's a 3-speed mower, just a brilliant machine. I don't do a lot of push mowing. I try not to. You know, that's where we can do well with these 42-inch mowers. A lot of you guys, if you push mowers, don't want to do the massive yards that I can do with this one. I don't want to do the small yards where I have to push mow, so it sort of works in good. Yeah, but so I run me 42-inch. I'll run me Walker mowers up onto here. This also can be removed, this steel bar. So I'll pull this. And it comes out. Now once I rip that mower off, I can just back my 60-inch mower on, 60-inch mowers onto here as well. Both trailers are set up that way. This is just a divider to keep them apart. Just clips back in. Just keeps them separated. But yeah, I'll just show you how it goes onto the trailer if you want to stay back there. Easy. Do the ramps up, off you go. Yeah, as you can see, we've got a little door here. Locks up. Just means you can get your high dump in here. It's great for when you're carrying in branches and that sort of thing. You're not lifting it right over the top. But once you've filled it right up, you can lift your side up and jam a lot more in. This is electric over hydraulic. Oh, if you stay back there, I'll show you how it lifts up. So it's just electric over hydraulic lever. And yeah, you've got your hydraulic ram in there. Normally you'd open these doors up though. It's quite a lot of room in here. I believe we worked out to be, I can't remember if it was, I've forgotten, it was a lot of, was it 8 cubic metres, 6 or 8 cubic metres, I don't know, there's a lot that can fit in here. And yeah, it just slides out, being aluminium too, you can leave it in overnight. I sometimes will leave it in there for 3 or 4 days, and you'll get in there, especially after rain, and then you'll dig into it and it's boiling hot. You could cook a chicken in there if you wanted to, it gets that hot. And yeah, so it's electric over hydraulic. I'll come and show you guys our second setup. So if you're an Aussie fella, if you're one of those Aussies, you're probably looking at this old girl going, I know those colours. And some of you can probably see it even says on here, the old roadside assist. So for those of you overseas, here in Australia, if you break down on the side of the road, you can actually pay to have a coverage from a company called RACQ. In the other states it's called NRMA, but it's all the same company. And basically you can be broken down somewhere and they'll come out, get your car going and keep you going. This is an old RACQ vehicle. It's just a little Holden Colorado. I believe it's a 2.4 litre turbo diesel engine. Great little machine. I bought it because it was a great deal. It's already got the extra suspension in it, because they used to be able to carry about excuse me, bug flew into my throat then. They used to carry around about 20 or so batteries in the thing, all different batteries. So those lead batteries weigh a lot, and it needed to be able to hold a lot of weight with tools and all that. So it's been a great machine for us. Just a secondary vehicle. We were looking at expanding the business, and but now pretty much this trailer, we've just been using it and my wife will take it out. She's a school teacher, but on certain days she'll take out the big Hustler mowers and go out and do some of the big paddocks and that sort of thing. So we've also got another Shindaiwa 262, so we've got 3 of those, and my wife gets the brand new one. She gets the brand new Husqvarna blower too. I love my old girls though, because I've been using them ever since we got them, and they don't skip a beat, doesn't matter if they're new or old. But yeah, this one here is just the secondary vehicle that we take things around to. Take mainly the Hustlers around, but we can put the other mower on here. When we've got behind before, we've thrown the diesel Walker mower on here, used it to do all of our paddock mows. This was the original trailer that I bought with our business. It used to actually have a cutout here. It used to come in a bit, but I've actually expanded it, and it's actually ready for a paint job. Needs a new paint job at the moment, because it's had all these new bits welded on. Needs a flash paint job to finish it off, but it's got the 2 ramps just the same as the other one. But you can also lift this bracket out just the same, lift out just the same as the other one. But as you can see on this one, it doesn't have the electric over hydraulic tipper. It's actually just got a winch, and this is an A-frame here that lifts up the trailer up and down. So my trailers have a steel frame, but I've got aluminium skins on them, because the grass, any of you guys out there who've had a mowing business would know that grass and steel doesn't mix real well. So my previous mower had a steel skin and it rusted away really quickly. So this one's got an aluminium skin, and aluminium will last forever. But yeah, it lifts up and down just as well. It does the same thing as the other one, and it just works from a winch here at the front. And I've got a battery pack at the front here too. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a battery pack here as well. Just charges off the car. As you can see, it goes up and down. It's pretty easy. So yeah, it's just another, has the door on the side here, so the high dump can lift up and dump in here, and it's another great setup for our business. But yeah, so I think that's just about it at the moment. Yeah, we've slowly been expanding, just buying new things as we need them, and yeah, I think that's just about all we wanted to show you guys. Love to look in the comments and see what you guys think about our setup. Yeah, if there's any things you'd like to see. You know, my son and I, we're starting to do a few more YouTube things, working out how to do it all, and working out how to edit, all that sort of stuff. If there's things you'd like to see, let us know. I've been here in Mackay doing mowing lawns, well, as my business for about four and a half years, something like that. And before that, I used to be a miner, driving dozers in the mines. And before that, I was a wakeboarding coach and wakeboarded and ran wakeboard parks around the world. And yeah, so I've done a few different things over the years. I'm enjoying doing this these days. It's hard work, but you know, when you get that grass looking nice, it's quite satisfying. But yeah, I'd love it if you guys would subscribe and like it too. Go to the little bell thing, I think it is down the bottom. Is that right, Zeffy? And yeah, and press on that. And that's about it. Oh, and yeah, we just want to hear what you guys have to say, what you think of our setup, what you think we could do better, all that sort of thing. But thanks, guys. I'll just let you see my son here. So big thanks to my son. He's going to hate me for doing this, but this is my son Zeffy. How are you, Zeffy? Tell how old are you, Zeffy?
13.
Can't see your face because you've got the sun in your eyes. He's 13 now. He's pretty quick. He's playing footy better than his father now. Oh, did I just say that on camera? And he's pretty quick now. And yeah, he's doing well. His school's just over the back here. He's doing well at school. And very proud of. I've got 3 boys and 1 daughter. My daughter's the oldest, 17. About to get a license anytime soon. But big thanks, Zeffy. Zeffy's going to be putting it on YouTube for us. You might be able to see in the background here too. I don't know if you can see. There's actually a lake in the background, and you probably can't see it, but there's another wakeboarding lake over there. Hasn't been set up for wakeboarding yet, but that's what it was built for originally. So anyway, guys, catch us later. Thank you.